All right, so welcome to our team call, our bi-weekly team call. I'm super excited tonight because we've got three rock star online party girls who have just dominated, who have figured out how to sell a lot of our amazing products online in parties. And I'm so excited because truth be told, I ran one and I didn't make one sale. So y'all that think that I'm like good at everything, just so you know, it was literally just like 2 weeks ago. So it's not like I did it in the very beginning of when I started. I actually have given away all of my online parties for multiple reasons, mostly because I literally can't handle any more on my plate. And so I have learned, I've really embraced the whole saying the best yes, right? You can say yes to a lot of things, but you have to choose what you say yes to. And I knew that me saying yes to doing online parties would take away from other things that were really important to me in my business. So long story short, but then I was like, well, dang it. Mandy and Brittany and Tara and all these other people are making like a lot of money doing these online parties for people. Maybe I should try one. And I tried one and I made 0 sales. Yay! So I am super excited. I have my notebook. I'm ready to learn because you know what? Failure is part of success, right? So I failed once miserably. Anyone else fail at an online party? Who else? Anyone else? Raise your hand. Anyone? Yeah? So I failed miserably and I'm ready to pick myself back up and do another one because you guys, we can make crazy money and you're going to hear from Tara. You're going to hear from Mandy and you're going to hear from Brittany. So I feel like I am frozen. I'm not frozen, but you all are frozen, which leads me to believe that I have a poor connection. Can anyone hear me? Hold on. Okay, some people are commenting. I might need to switch to my hotspot. Hold on. Most of y'all are frozen. Okay, Lauren says I'm good. I don't know why you all are frozen. That's not fun. Let me try this real quick. Okay. All right. Let's see if that works better. All right, Mandy, I'm going to unmute you. I think you're going first, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Howdy partner. This is my first time doing it from my phone. So I can see you, but I can't see everybody else where I can change the settings like at home. And I actually think I was going to go second because I'm still at work wrapping up a couple patients.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go second.
Okay, Tara or Brittany, which one of you are going first? And I'm going to put you back on mute, Mandy.
I'm going first.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Hey, ladies. So my name's Tara, and I started with this business. I signed January 30th. So I'm still like a newbie also, but like 3.5, 4 months in, and it's been so fun compared to my last MLM. But it's funny because I seriously thought that at home parties were going to like blow online parties out of the water. And I was like, I'm not doing online parties. Like no one's going to want to buy this because they can't see it. They can't test it. It's going to like not be as good. I totally was wrong. So I'm going to screen share and hopefully I've never screen shared before, but I'm actually going to show you a past online party event that I did just recently. So it was like May the 7th or 8th or 9th. I think it was May 9th. So I'm going to click screen share and I'm going to show you literally what my event page looks like. And we'll go through and just kind of show you like how you would be kind of setting up your event page. So just to give you a little bit of background with my parties is I kind of started doing, I used to like first like create an event and literally would have the hostess invite however many people she wants. Because with an event, they can literally say going or not going. That's what I want my hostesses to be able to do. I hate being thrown into online parties. So just creating a group for me was like not the way to go, only because I don't like being thrown into groups. So I always tell my hostesses that I was going to start with an event and then what I did was after I would start my event 5 to 7 days prior to the actual party. So 5 to 7 days before the party, I would set up the event, and what I would do is I would just take a picture of myself, kind of do like a little like introduction, and say how excited I am for them to, you know, join our party. Then once I see within those 5 days to 7 days, I would see basically how many people were actually going to the party. So then 2 days before the party, I then would create a Facebook group, and I would then link the group to the event and have them with a nice graphic say like, let's get this party started, and they would click in. But from like experience, and that worked for me fine. But when I shared that with my distributors, my downlines, they were like, some people aren't clicking in that said that they were going, like, what's going to happen? Like, what's going on? So then I thought, well, let me try it a different way. So then I thought, well, if we just create a group, again, I'm not thrilled with that because I don't want like 300 people being in my party who may not even like know that they're even thrown in there. So just like Heather always says, quality over quantity, that's exactly how I feel with regards to online parties. So I decided to just do an event and see how it would work. And that's what I've done the last, I think, 2 or 3 online parties, and it has worked just fine for me. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys, you ladies. So if you, I'm just gonna push the screen share button. I hope this is what we're supposed to do. So I'm just gonna, oh gosh, I'm just gonna screen share and see what we're doing here. Okay, I don't know if you guys even see what I'm doing here. All right, so.
We can see it, Tara. It's perfect.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I should have like loaded this before I went on here. So events, I need to go to past events. Crap, I did this on my phone, super easy. And then on my computer, I don't know what to do. How do I get to past events, ladies?
Right now you're in Heather's page. You have to go to the button and then events.
Thank you. Okay, that was a little blonde moment. So, because I'm like, oh no, I should have been. Okay, I think you go to all, and then let's see here. Sorry. This, I want it to go to past events.
It's over on the left-hand side under Discover.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
See, I should have did this from my phone. I know what I'm doing from my phone.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I know. Thanks, girls. No, I don't want that. Crap, sorry. All right, so time. All today, tomorrow, next week. Choose a date. Okay, it was May the 9th. That's not an option. Help me out here. What do I do?
Go back to events.
Okay. Events.
Past. It's going to be under the past.
Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, so here we go. May 9th. Here it is. Yay! Sorry, that was like 3 minutes of like awkwardness. Okay, so this is what I do. I create an event and I just put like a nice little picture in the cover page, just something inviting and nice and pretty. And then I always, when you create an event, you're able to actually put your hostess and add them as an admin. So Michelle Saloni, she was my hostess, or my host, whatever you call it. And so I added her as an admin, and that gives her control to, basically post and delete and anything that, she sees or whatever, she has control over that. So she then added 65 people, and then 16 went on that day, and 2 said maybe. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the event and show you basically what I did from the beginning to the end of my online party. All right, so here it is. So I always start off with a picture of myself so that people know whenever the party's starting who they're actually going to be talking to. So as you can see on the date, I started this May the 2nd. So I did this 7 days before the party. The party was May the 9th. So I just gave a little introduction. You guys can read this if you want to. And then I just basically say who I am and how I'm excited. In this event, I told them how some of the products that I've already tried. So before, I would only talk about lip scents because that's all I knew. But now that I'm 3.5 months in, I've tried, of course, a lot more products, and I want to get that into their minds because a lot of people who are joining these parties only think that lip scents is the thing. So I always kind of like touch upon that. So that's what I started with. And then I load, also on May 2nd, I load some of the albums regarding products right then and there. I don't post a lot of like paragraphs of stuff. I just give like kind of like what I have. And so one of my tips is with regards to online parties, or even, of course, in-home parties, it's the same concept, but I only provide what I have in my stock. So they're not even getting kind of like with colors an option of anything that I don't have. I always post what I have in stock and what I've already ordered. So that way I know for me as a significant Sene seller, I'm getting that product within just a few days. So that's like one of the tips that I would say. I don't ever list everything. Now I will list the 36 colors like that graphic, but I've never actually, I don't usually put like all of the colors. I only post what I have in stock. That way they can actually see it when I do my thing, my party. Okay, so I then go and I do list all the shadow scents, especially since in June they've promised us that we're getting all of those back. I do list those. However, this is one thing that I do with regards to that. I always talk about the product a little bit at the top, tell them how much it is right away so they don't even have to ask. And then I always put what I have. So at that point I had like, quite a few, I feel like, compared to, what I have now. What I have in stock regards to shadow scents. So I load that, and that again was on May the 2nd. Then I load my glosses, and these are the glosses, again, that I had in stock on that, for that party. And I just load those, and then I go and load, as you can see, 5 days later, so on May the 7th, I loaded the colors that I had available for that party on May the 9th. Again, because I don't like to post the colors that I have on May 2nd, because by May 9th, several might be gone by then. We all know these colors fly fast. So I always, 2 days before a party, that's when I will load my colors. Because if you load them, and this is a good tip, if you load them like 7 days before, you may be getting like comments after comments, and you don't really want to start a party a week before you actually are supposed to start the party, right? So I don't care about like the glosses or the shadow scents or stuff like that, because most people will wait, but they know that there's a sense of urgency with regards to your colors. So I like to do that 2 days before, and then what I do is I ask them if they would please heart, like or heart the colors that they're the most interested in, because that gives me an idea of what colors I'm going to pull first during my shop the stock, because that way I know they're tuning in at the beginning. They may not be tuning in towards the end. So I usually start with that first. Okay, so then this is this right here is my go-to. I do this every single party, whether it's at home or online, because I always create an event no matter what. If it's at home or online, I always create an event for it. So this is my big, I love this. Okay, so I always do my first giveaway. I'm just going to read it. So I said, ladies, it's giveaway time. Please post a selfie below and tell me how you know the hostess. Of course, Michelle. I usually post a picture of either the hostess herself or with her and her husband. Just something like, sweet. So I will draw a name live Tuesday night for the selfie giveaway winner. Participation is key. I always say this. Participation is key in an online party. So ask questions, post pictures of your current lipstick you'd like me to color match, and so on. I can't wait to get this party started. See you all at 7, May the 9th. So The reason why I ask them to post a selfie as the first giveaway, I could care less how they know the hostess, to be honest. I could care less. But they like this idea because what happens is, for the most part, when people post their selfies here, guess what? When the party starts, I can see every single person that participated. I can see their hair color, their skin tone, what they look like, what color lipsticks they normally wear, right? So I don't have to go, and if they ask me like, oh, what color do you think looks good on me? Or what do you think I should do? Or, my skin tone, I don't have to go on Facebook and look up their profile picture and do all of that stuff. They're right there. So I can scroll right down through, and if you have a lot of good participants, literally, you can see this girl will look good in that. There's my mama. I always add her to my party. So that's another tip. I always add a few of my go-to distributors to my parties, because if they're available that night to give me some hearts and likes during my live videos, I so appreciate that. I always add my mom, I always add my sister, and I always add like 2 or 3 of my distributors that are willing to watch and like. They don't even have to watch it. They could just push the like button or the heart button here and there. So that's another tip that I always do, because when other people see that people are engaged and participating, they're more apt to participate. Because it's crazy how so many women are so shy and they're not even being seen online. All they have to do is ask questions and they're so shy. So I always want to be like, get over your damn selves, ladies, ask me some questions. But certain parties, literally, they are booming, and this was one of them. These ladies were great. They participated so nice, and it was really, really fun. Okay, so after that post, I do this post typically the day before. I kind of got confused that day, and I thought the party was Monday, and so I posted it 2 days before the party, and then I was like, oh crap. So I usually post my selfie giveaway the day before, so 24 hours before the party, I post this. Okay, so after that, then I go ahead and, let me scroll up here. I go ahead and on the day of, okay, so here, on the day of, this was May the 9th, I post 4 choices. So I just put, hey ladies, tonight is one of my live videos, and I'll be showing you how to properly apply your lip sense. I want you to vote on the color you want to see me demo. Vote below. So what they'll do is they can just choose one of those colors, and that way they're feeling like they have some power in this party. And that night, the choice was strawberry shortcake. And as we all know, what we demo live is what sells for the most part. So, and I usually try to choose like the most popular colors. I always choose a neutral. I always choose a brown color, like a brown neutral. I always go for something more vibrant. And of course, Bella at that time was like just in stock, and I grabbed them, so I had to put that one. So of course, strawberry shortcake that night was like booming. But also, guess what else was booming? Beige champagne, pink champagne, and Bella, because they see it. They saw it and they were like, oh, that's gorgeous. So whatever colors you have the most of, this is tip number whatever colors you have the most of in your stock, post those as your 4, if you're going to do it this way, post those when you have them vote on a color. Post the ones you have the most of, because those are the ones that will probably sell the most, and you'll have a lot to get, to give away, or to not give away, but sell. So after that is like, I did this at 3 p.m. The party started at 7, so I did this 4 hours before the party. So that kind of creates like a sense of urgency too. I'm all about sense of urgency here. And then I'll kind of go over like how long my party lasts as well, because that's important too. So always an hour, 45 minutes to an hour before the party, I always just kind of jump in and post something. So I just put, see you ladies in 45 minutes. I'll be having a glass of wine tonight, if I do say so myself. Anyone else love wine? Post below your favorite. And again, I really don't care what their favorite wine is, but it engages them. So as you can see, several people commented on their wines, and I always post first because, of course, somebody has to post first. It might as well be you, because you're getting more, you're getting people to be more comfortable. Somebody posted what their favorite wine was, you know what I mean? So you're actually seeing just some interaction. You're like, okay, I know people are on, they're ready. So again, that's something that I usually do. Then I always use this graphic. Let's get this party started. I love these colors. I just love it. I use this a lot. So I just always say, just to remind them to refresh their screens at 7 p.m. because a lot of people will already have your page up thinking that they're like ready, and then they miss out on the first beginning. And I always go live at first, so they miss some of it. So I always remind them to refresh your screens. That's another like tip right here. Okay, so as you can see, here I am going live at the party. This is what I do for my online parties. I do not post every 20 minutes or every 15 minutes. Or I'm super interactive at my party. So let me tell you how my party goes. My party will last from 7 o'clock to 9 p.m. 2 hours. 2 hours. That is it. After my party ends at 9 p.m., I always tell them in my Shop the Stock video, if I remember, that I always, am up until like 10:30, 11 to answer questions, whatever. Then I always let them know the party closes the next day. My party does not last 2 or 3 days. I don't have time for that. So my party lasts for 2 hours and then it closes the next day. I always give my hostess the choice. Do they want me to close it at 11 a.m., 5 p.m., or 8 p.m.? Those are the 3 choices, and they can choose. That way, again, it creates a sense of urgency for their for my hostess's guests that, hey, if I want this color, I better choose now. I better choose it tonight. Or watch the videos, and they can choose the next day, and they can order. That way, it gives me plenty of time to have multiple parties on multiple days of the month, because if I would let mine last for 2 to 3 days, I would totally be confused. I'm good at organizing, but I'm not that good. So I get more parties booked within the month doing it that way, and it's worked for me very well so far. So that's something to consider. But I go live 3 times. I do a welcome video at the very beginning. Then I tell them I'm going to be coming back on a half an hour later. So typically I go live at 7. And then usually I get back on at 7:45, 8 o'clock. And in the meantime, I have them look through the albums and heart all the colors that they like, if they haven't done so yet. And I also remind them to do the selfie picture if they haven't done that as well. Because I always then, on my second live video, I will go and I will announce the selfie giveaway winner at the very beginning of the video. And then that way, they're already excited, someone already won something, and I'll show you what they win. They always win. So this right here was just someone wanted to know what the top 36 colors were, so I posted that graphic for them. But here's my second video. And as you can see, this right here, I got off of Amazon. It was like $19.99 or $24.99, something like that. It was super cheap. I'm a photographer anyway, so I could totally use this if I wanted to in a photo shoot. But I use this just to kind of glitz it up a little bit. And then that way they can see like, oh, she's like a little bit glitzy. I just think it's cute. So I like it. But my second live video is a live demo of the color that they chose. So again, this night it was strawberry shortcake. I did not like wear a lot of makeup that night because some of the women had already tried Lip Sense and loved it, and they were interested in Shadow Sense. So what I did was I basically had just foundation on, and I demoed, I told them what a collection was and explained what that was. I always explain that it's $55, and then I use the feel, felt, sound method that Heather always talks about, right? Because $55 at the beginning for me was like, heck no, not spending that much on stinking lipstick, right? My lipstick came from Walmart for like $3. So I always kind of like relate that way to them, because a lot of women who are brand new to it, they're thinking the same thing, right? So they can relate to me. So I always say like, oh my gosh, ladies, when I heard that it was $55, I mean, I'm probably sure you're thinking the same thing. I was like feeling the same way. But then what I found was that this lipstick was 90% natural, 2% science. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't budge. it doesn't come off. And I always have a glass of wine to show them too. And it's just like, I can kiss my kids, I can kiss my husband, I can whatever. Like, it was amazing. So I decided that I was going to go for it. And then and I always say the feel, felt, found. So that always seems to work, and kind of like relate to them. So that's what I do with my second video is my live demo. I do my video, the demo, and then I did demo that night, Shadow Sense, and I demoed the Lip Sense. So then after that, I get off and I just kind of like answer any questions that they have. And then I get back on one more time. And, for this, okay, so this is something new I did. For my, what's it called? For my third video, I didn't do the winner of the selfie giveaway until my live shop the stock, because there was a few more people that had like posted selfies at the very, very end. And I actually went online and just typed in, I forget what it was called, like some sort of like live spinning wheel. I don't remember what it is, but I was able to plug in all of my girls' names that had posted their selfie, and then it just clicked and it did it for me. So I didn't have to write everything down, which is what I used to do. So this was really convenient, this spinning wheel thing. I like that. So, but my third video is my live shop this stock, where I physically show them and I pick out the colors that they've hearted, they've loved. I usually pick those first, and I created a chat book. It's just chatbooks.com, and I just uploaded from my phone a lot of the pictures of all of the different lips, the lip colors, and literally I just show them. I'm like, here's the color, and then a lot of times I will take all of my testers, and if they want to see color on my hand, I will physically put it on my hand, and I will show them what the colors look like on my hand, and then I will put it up to my face, because I'm pretty fair. So a lot of the fair ladies can be like, oh yeah, that's what it looks like on her. And then, because I found that if you use your hand, a lot of times, like if you go close, it's super blurry and you can't see too well. So if you go right here up against your face, they seem to have a better view of it. And on your hand, they seem to have a better view. So that's what I do with my my testers. I put them on my hand, put the actual tube up to my face, and I show them the picture of the chat book of the lips that you would see online, but I physically show them, and I read them the description, if it's a warm base or a cool base, because a lot of women like to know that. And then I always tell them, if it's a frost, shimmer, or a matte base. So I usually just do my 3 live videos. So my welcome video, my live demo, and my shop the stock. I go live 3 times. I find that is like super engaging, and they love that. They end up asking a lot more questions, especially during the live videos. And my parties, I've been booking a lot of parties from my parties. So a lot of people, and I don't know if I posted this in her party. Let me scroll up here. So these colors right here that you see, the Lip Sense colors, these are what I actually have in my chat book. So I will open the page to a certain color, and that is exactly what they'll see. They can see it online, or they can see it in person. And I take that color on that page, and I take the Lip Sense tube, and I kind of put it right up against there, so they can kind of see, like Bella, for instance, it does not match that lip color. So I always make sure to tell them, Bella does not match that lip. Just look at it, kind of matches the swatch better, and then I put it up against my face. Because sometimes it's hard to look online and see the different colors, because some of them don't match. But these are my giveaway prizes right here. I always take a picture and just leave it there. Whoever was the winner, which was Natalie that night, she gets to choose from the selfie giveaway, from the selfie post. She got to choose one of those, and then I ship it with her order. It's always with your order. So they win something with their order, which means they got to order or they're not getting it. So again, you want them to order, and I've never had anybody say, like, I'm not ordering, but I want my free gift. And then I always post. So do you see some of these? I always post the tinted moisturizers as well, because these before and afters, and of course, a lot of these are our distributors. These ones are amazing. I think these ones are phenomenal. So I always post some before and afters, and that is usually a dead seller right there. Before and afters of these beautiful women. I post them, and I always sell a tinted moisturizer. It's one of those amazing things. And of course, we went to our meeting in Pittsburgh that Heather and Casey had. So I posted some fun pictures from that event too, to show like, hey, look how much fun we have as distributors. And the actual hostess right here for this party, Michelle, she is totally considering it. She's been considering it for weeks now. She just said she was going to sign up. So I think, I think these pictures right here from Pittsburgh, I think these were the clincher. I think she was like, yeah, I want that to be me in there. So I just posted, basically, a couple pictures. But this is the picture that I just posted. I said, who wants to have an online party at home or, with me? Post below and we'll get you scheduled to, we can set up your friends and family, and earn some free lip scents. Added bonus, and this is what I did for the month of May. I usually switch it up. So for my rewards for the hostess, it's $150 and they earn a free color. But if their sales are, I think it's 0 to 100, it's 10% off, and then I forget, it's something to $5.99 is 20%, and then over 600 is 30%. But for the month of May, I also did, if 2 people book an online party, then the hostess gets a free gloss. So that's what I did for the month of May. I usually try to do something fun like every other month or so. But yes, and then I also, of course, this was the Mother's Day. I also added the Mother's Day special in this one. So if you're having an online party and it's close to Memorial Day, you could always add your Memorial Day special in there. Just something nice, something fun to do. And that, of course, some people take advantage of that. And then, here's my hostess one. This is what it is. $150. They get a free color. 1 to 200, they get 10% off. 2 to 600, 20, and then 6 and above is 30% off. So Michelle, her party, she was almost at 30% off at that point. But then when her party ended, I always do this too. So I always invite the ladies to be added to my online store. And then here I say you can do lots of videos of applying lip scents, shadow scents, and foundations, etc. Also, I'd love for you to post a selfie with your new color or gloss. Thanks again, ladies. You were all so great. So I always make sure to praise them for their participation, And a lot of times too, I'll add in there, this is how I will tag you. I will tag you in my online store when your order is being shipped, or when your order is being sent. That way, they're like, oh yeah, I want to know when my order is being sent, so they join my store. And then that way, I don't even have to I don't add them. I never add them myself. Sometimes I'll ask the hostess to add them, and they're fine with that. Okay, so the last thing is I always say thank you, and I did a little graphic on that, what's it called, Rona collage, or the Rona app, RHONNA, I think. I use that app all the time to make nice graphics. So I always thank them, and then I post at the end the party total. And I always post them too, like when the invoices have been sent. So here again, I just remind them they can join my online store, and then I say this is where I'll tag you to let you know your order has been shipped. And then the very end, scroll up here, the highest order always gets $5 off their order. So this was the lady that got $5 off her order, and then this was Michelle, and then this was her grand total for this party. So she earned her free color, her 30% off her order, and I always do like a cute little graphic with her face and then the party total at the end. And that's it. It's not like a lot of like reading where people have to read all the time, because I hate reading. I just never like to read books, but I like to listen and look at pictures and videos. So that's just how I do mine. So for me, it's like super simple. I don't have to load anything ahead of time. I just, like I said, 5 to 7 days beforehand, I create the event. I add Michelle. I made, her my hostess and made her the admin. She added the 65 people. And then 5 days before the party, or 2 days before the party, I'm sorry, that's when I go ahead and I load load all of the glosses and the lip colors. That way it's updated and everything that I have is in stock. I only add my in-stock things. Just remember that. I go live 3 times with a welcome and a live demo and the shop the stock. And then again, it's a 2-hour party. I answer questions for about an hour and a half afterwards. And then they have to place their orders the next day by either 11, 5, or 8. And that's it. That's it.
Yay.
Ta-da, that end.
Oh, that's great. And I think the visuals, I think a lot of people are visuals, so that's really good. So Tara, do you by chance have any of these graphics or any of these scripts or anything? Do you by chance have a document with that stuff?
I do everything from my phone. I do nothing from my computer. Honestly, like even these Zoom calls, I'm always on my phone. But I just have in my phone the graphics that I use. And sometimes I used to use a little bit of a different graphic, but I can always post, if we make a post like with the 3 of us, we can always post the graphics that we use in the parties. I have no problem with that. And then that way you guys can just take whatever graphics you like, and run with it. And that's fine. Cause sometimes I do post the graphic of like, what is a collection and then the 3 things that it comes with and the price. But for this party, a lot of them had already, a lot of them, like several of them had already been like Lip Sense lovers.
Sure.
So I already knew ahead of time that, they were kind of already there. They were just looking for more colors and a lot more of the different products, tinted moisturizers and shadow scents and all that stuff. So I'll post a lot of the graphics that I use for some of my newbie online parties as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. If anything that you have that you can share that that we can just look at or people can learn from it. Obviously, they're going to change out like Michelle's grand total, like stuff like that. But even the verbiage, I think that's great. So thank you so much for sharing. You really make it look really easy, but you can really tell that it was thought out, right? Like you are very methodical in how you're doing it. Plus, you knew your audience, which was great. Like you didn't just post a bunch of stuff. Like you knew these girls already kind of knew about this. You shared other stuff. So it's really good. I mean, and I love it. And I'm excited to hear from Brittany and Mandy to kind of hear how they might do it a little different, but you make it look really easy and you knocked it out of the park. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right.
How do I get out of sharing my screen?
At the top, it'll say stop sharing, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Yay.
Welcome.
All right, Mandy, are you going next? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, girlfriend, go ahead.
All right. Hey, you guys. So I'm at work. Let's see. Do we need a selfie light? I'm kind of like in my cubby. And all of the nurses are like, what are you still doing here? Why are you here? But is that good? Can you hear me okay and see me okay?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So thank you so much, Tara. I've already learned some things that I want to tweak on my own. Love it, love it. Definitely I was going to ask like, hey, can you share the graphics? I definitely want to see those. And the one thing for sure is like, I love how you showed the fun of your team. I love highlighting that and showing like, look at this business, look how much fun it is. And that's something I'm lacking in my party. So thank you, Tara. I'm really excited to add that in. Okay, so I really believe that so much of my party, so much of my successes, I've had some parties that like my lowest sales for one was 112, but my highest, my best one was $3,780, so $3,780. So I felt like that was a very good, successful party. And I had maybe 3 or 4 people after I cut it off and told people like the party's closed. I still had several orders that I didn't count toward that total. So it was probably more like 4,100 of orders that I got from that. So I felt like that was successful. And really it helped me look back on that particular party and see like really what did I do very well. Number one, I think the success of the party is so much on the hostess, whoever's hostessing for you. So I feel like they need to know what's going on and they need to be excited about it. And they need to know that they are hostessing it with you and they love that feeling of being part of your team. So I really focus on that. But if I have a hostess, for example, I just had a girl that messaged me, she ordered back in January, she had a new baby, all of a sudden she comes out of the woodwork and she's like, I need more. One color is not nearly enough. I totally want to have a hostess party. So what do I do in that instance? So I said, awesome. So I know she has one color. I know she already knows the product well enough and has been using it consistently. So she's a great hostess. If someone has been in a party before, they've been in my store for a while, and they haven't ordered, they're not ready to hostess. So I say to them, oh my gosh, I'd love to. I'm booked the next like 10, 12 days, but let me get you out your first collection, because she needs to know about it. She needs to know about the exfoliation process. She needs to know that it feels different. She needs to know that you really do need glossy. She needs to be an experienced user. So I'll say, like, let me get that out to you, and then we'll do the total at the end of your party, and I'll apply your discount to your collection. So I've had a couple of hostesses that are new to the product, and I definitely feel like I need to start with them having and loving the product. But if someone says I want a hostess and I have time in the next couple of days, as long as I have like 2 to 3 days to kind of amp it up, I definitely tell them, like, yes, let's start a hostess party. So when I recruit them, I definitely let them know what makes a successful party for them and for me, because they already want to earn discounts and they want me to have orders. And a lot of hostesses will message me continually and say, like, how's it going? Did this person order? Did that person order? I know she wants some. And those people I definitely keep in really good contact with throughout the whole party, because those are people who want to become distributors. Whether they become distributors at the end of the party or if they become distributors in a month, they're totally people who already love this stuff and already love talking about it. So I definitely educate them on what they're going to do. So what do they do? I send them a graphic. And again, I will share all of this stuff. It'll probably take me a day or two to get to it, but I'll upload all this stuff onto your page, Heather. But I definitely send a graphic, and I tell them, number one, they just need to show their enthusiasm. Hey, you love lip scents like I do, and whatever other products they've had. But I do focus on just lips primarily, because I feel like that's still our wow factor, our grab factor. I tell them that they just need to interact. They need to like, love, comment. They need to tell their friends, oh my gosh, I saw Plumeria. This is totally what you need, Julie, and interact that way. And then to have them help customer service for me. So their job is also going to be like, oh my gosh, I think you also want a brown. And without organically telling them, like, you need to say that kind of stuff, they're just excited. I'll say, like, I'm excited to support you in this, so that they get the mojo running. They get the excitement happening because they're their friends. So again, they want to buy from who they like, know, and trust. So I'm not using them. They want to do it, but I really rely on that and amp them up. And I really amp that up when I start their group page. So let's say that we're just going to use, for the sake of numbers, let's say June 1st. So say someone messages me on May 28th, and I say, oh my gosh, I have June 1st available. That's a little bit close, but I would still do it. But I definitely give myself 2 days before the party. And the reason for that is that I encourage them to go live on their regular Facebook page, or post a photo where they're wearing their lip scents on that photo and talk about, I am so excited about this stuff, you guys, and I'm excited I'm having a party. So a lot of times they'll say, it's like a Pampered Chef party. It's like a LuLaRoe party. Just come on. It's online. It's here. It's in their jammies, and you can feel their excitement for it. So I encourage them to do that. If they're not doing it, I just do that for them. I just tell them, hey, I'm going to post on your page, and I will post a graphic and say, like, come on over, and I post a link to their group. So I create their group, and you know what I put on the front of their group? Their face. And I always call it like Heather's long-lasting lipstick party, long-lasting lippy party, something like that. And I definitely include that girl's face. Whether I can find a good photo of them in lip scents or not is kind of not so important. It's just they're seeing their face, and their friends are seeing their face, and they're getting excited. So I definitely put their face on the group. I myself don't do an event. I mess up events. Like I just don't do events. I just do the group, and I advertise the link of the group. So even if they advertise on their page, I also go on their page and post, like, I'm so excited for the party in 2 days. Come on over, guys. Party will start on June 1st. And then the day before, I put up another graphic, because that I can set up on Tiny Torch and like forget about, because I'm all about forgetting about it. Like, just put it into Tiny Torch and let it go. Let it happen. So that's for like my 2 to 3 day amp up before the party. Now, midnight, the night before the party, so I've created the group. I have her face on it. I have her listed as, as the first person. You create a group and it makes you add somebody. So I've added her, and then I've added a small description. I love how Tara said she puts like her own intro on there, and I totally am going to adopt that. I'm totally going to do that. Right now, I don't do that. I just kind of let the girl, the hostess, put in there like, hey, you guys, I know that you're getting put in here. I'm so excited to see you here. I have you here because I think that you'd really love this product and we're going to have fun. And Mandy's super fun, that sort of thing. So I have her put that in there before we start adding people. And then during that 3-day amp up, she is adding. So now you're on that whole idea of, do you invite, do you put, do you invite and put? Most of the successful parties have been the girl put them there. So what I do is I tell them, hey, it's up to you, but I've gotten good success. If you just think that one of your friends is going to love this stuff, then just put her in, but tell her why you put that in, put her in there. So she has private messaged her friends. She has posted on their pages and advertised for me like, hey, come on over to this lip sense party. Did you see she's doing so much of the work and she's showing her excitement. So I do have a lot of people that have just been put there. So when they are getting there, I usually, after like a couple of people are added, I usually go in there and put out a graphic like, hey, are you wondering why you're here? Welcome to the Lip Sense party. It starts on June 1st. We're going to have so much fun. Prizes, giveaways, information. This is truly the magic lip sense, the magic lipstick that you've been waiting for. And I do something like hashtag problem solving makeup, all of that fun amped up stuff. So about midnight, the night, I'm always up late. So about midnight, the night before the party, I will upload the colors that I want to offer. I don't put up my whole stock. Say I have 1 or 2 left of something. Nope, not worth putting it up. But I at least want to have 7, 8, 10 colors. 10 colors. I usually can get 10 colors on there, not a problem. Sometimes I've been in a party and I even add my limited editions, which are the sold out or discontinued ones, and I'll add those in there and create the sense of urgency that Tara was talking about. And I'll put a little asterisk on there saying like limited edition, tell me as soon as possible if you want this color, grab it fast. And it sometimes works, sometimes. But I put them in about midnight. And then usually by the time I wake up and I go to the group, I have lots of people in there. Hey, what is this? Hey, what is happening today? Hey, where's the colors? Hey, how do I do this? Is she going to tell me about it? But you know what's always happened? My hostess has already answered all of those questions. She's already customer servicing all those people. And there's a sense of mystery about when is this going to start. So at about 7 a.m., because I know a lot of nurses and a lot of the hostesses that I have are like 4th and 5th, what I call 4th, 5th, 6th generation. So from my first hostess party that I ever did, it's like a girl from there and a girl from there and a girl from the other. So it's like I try to switch some things up so that like the maybe 10, 15 girls that have been in like 5 of my hostess parties at this point, still buying, that they are not getting the same exact information every time. Although I think if you ask them, they would say Mandy has like her core posts that are always in there, the informational stuff, the what is a collection, why do I need collection, why do I need glossy gloss, that sort of like basic stuff. Let me just go back to my notes so I don't get too off track. Okay, so then I start off the party usually about 7 a.m. and I have a little bit of information about why they're at the party, and then I try to go live. And I do like to go live kind of haphazardy, kind of, you know, like hair's kind of up and I'm like, hey guys, good morning, I'm so excited. And I won't have any lipstick on and I'll say, I'm so excited that you're here. I haven't put on my lipstick because I'm waiting for you, and I'm excited that I'm going to come back on later and I'm going to do an application demo and I'm going to show you how and why this stuff is magic. Like super short, and introduce myself, say, you know, I'll see you later. And you know what? They're sitting there all day waiting for later. And so I will say to them, like, I will see you later, create that sense of urgency that way. Then Tiny Torch is doing my posting for me. I do have the one that's like the first level upgrade. So it's a max out of 10 graphics per day. And I have those 10 graphics going. And I say, this is a party. It's going to be busy. You're going to get a lot of posts, so that from the beginning, people don't think like, oh my gosh, there goes that girl again posting. I'm getting out of this group. I really, really don't have people leaving groups. Doesn't mean that they order, but I really don't have people leaving groups. And I feel like it's because I tell them it's going to be busy. It's going to be active. It's going to be exciting. And it's just 2 days, you know, and people are, I think, are like, okay with that because they know what to expect. So I keep them kind of like chomping at the bit, waiting. I load the colors. Okay, so then what I do is, and it's a different time every day because, hey, I got 2 kids. I'm driving the kid to preschool. It's whenever I can, I decide to go live. And I just usually will put like a going live in 5 graphic, and it's midday. And so I go live, and at that point I have the rest of my makeup on, and I will, you know, have bare lips, and I just talk about the product. I talk for a little while. Like sometimes I'm on there for like 15 minutes. And I show them how to shake it. I show them what's different about it. I talk about Joni. I talk about how it's an application, like a demonstration product. And this is why live is awesome, is because I get to show you this and you don't have to go to the Nordstrom counter, the makeup counter. I talk all about that. And then I just show them how to put it on. And I show them the magic. I show them it's not on there. I kiss. I grab my daughter and I kiss her and I'm like, look, Nina, and Nina waves. And they get to see that it really is the magic lipstick that stays on their lips. And I'll say, so we have tons more giveaways. Make sure you're participating. If you participate, you got to play to win. And let me know how fun you guys are, because then there's more discounts. And then that gets them participating in everything, because I tell them the more they participate, the more they're going to get. So I do put up graphics about, and I put games. I do all different kinds of games. I've done, like a St. Patrick's Day game. I've done nothing that took me too long, something that kind of sparked my interest, either based on a holiday or something that's happening, or, if there's a change in the company. Like I have one that's the TV graphic that I made up, and it's just, I'll show it to you, but basically it's, hey, we went down to 36 colors from 70 plus colors, and this is why it's a good thing. But do you remember when your favorite show went off the air? Tell me what show you loved that went off the air. And they just get talking, and they just are chatting to each other, and they're responding back, and they're still just spending time in your store. And I feel like by spending time in your group and in your store, they're like, oh yeah, why am I here? Oh yeah, I need to order my color. But they just linger. The more you can get them to linger and look at things and participate and comment on each other. And these are friends of friends. So these girls already know each other. You're the new person at the party. These girls are already like fast and famous. So I definitely do like different, but I'll post some of the ones that I do in some of the games. And I use some of them as like almost like a recruiting or a teaser. So I have one that's called Would You Rather. And I just do, like, depending on the participation, I'll do 2, 3, or 4 rounds of Would You Rather. And I just have different graphics up. Like, would you rather be around annoying people all day or be around no one and be lonely? And people just talk about it and laugh about it. And then at the end, I say, like, would you rather? And I do the graphic of, would you rather have $300 or $300 worth of lip sense? And people are so stinking nice. They're like, sorry, I'm sure your stuff is really good, but I'd rather have the money. And I say, oh my gosh, you're silly. Guys, we are women of 2017. We can have it all. And sometimes I go live to say that, and I explain to them how they can have it all. And so many people are like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And that's also when I talk about, do you want to be a hostess? Do you want to? And I'll share my hostess graphic, like what I do. I feel like I'm pretty generous, but I also feel like I can afford to be with the sales that come in, because really I'm letting Tiny Torch do so much of my work. And I go live 2 to 4 times during this 2-day span. And that's it. And it's like at any given time. It's not like it's just when I fit it into my life. Then I do, when people participate, some of them are like participate below, and one lucky participant will be chosen to win $5 off their second color when they buy a collection. And going back to what Tara said too, I do a graphic kind of early on. It's probably like the first morning, maybe like 10 a.m. that says 2 different ones. Number 1 is, are you a newbie, a lip sense lover, a veteran, a skeptic? And that is so resourceful when you tell them to private message their order and include their name, their hostess's name, because sometimes my hostess parties overlap, their name, their hostess's name, their order, their email, and their mailing address. And they don't include it all. And you're like doing the orders late at night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this a collection or a single color? I just go back to that graphic, and people have commented, and it helps me to like not have to message them. I also do a graphic or a game about, like, tell us how you know your hostess, but make it a lie. And those are always like, those are all very, very interactive. People have tons of fun with that. And some of the other things I do is like a free gift if you've participated, free ship. People love free shipping. $5 off an order that contains skincare. And then they'll be like, skincare? What skincare? So after I have that question that I've made them ask, skincare, what skincare? Then I come back on and I'm like, hey, you guys, sorry about that. Did I not tell you about our skincare? I can tell you more about that over in my store. And I plug my store. Now, as the party is going on, if people like, if they love, if they, you know, anything like that, and they comment, those people are getting a friend request from me then and there. Friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request. While they know I'm being their hostess, while my name is fresh in their mind, they're like, oh, that lip girl, she friend requested me. I'll be her friend, because I didn't put them in store. I didn't put them anywhere they didn't want to be. It's just a simple friend request. So now I've attracted them to my regular page, and I feel like that is very organic. And then they end up following me, and, you know, I get to know them a little bit better. And then probably one every like day or 2 ends up messaging me like, hey, isn't there a place where I can order your stuff, whether they ordered or not, from that hostess page? So that feels like it goes pretty well. Now, as soon as someone orders, bam, they get put in my store. They are now my customer. Bam, they go in my store. So I go right over to my Wake Up in Your Makeup with Mandy Mancuso. So my name in my store is Wake Up in Your Makeup with Mandy Mancuso. So the next morning, I literally wake up. I make sure I didn't use my lip volumizer or anything else. I wake up. I have crazy mom hair. And I'm like, hey, guys, I totally just woke up in my makeup. Can you believe I still have this on? And I tell them, this is from when I put this on for you the last night. And sometimes if it's like I just need a waterline touch-up, I'll say, you know what, right now, let me just show you. Let me get my lip scents out. I'm just going to show you, like, say you wanted to go out after work and have some alcohol. You'll get this waterline wear, and I show them how to do a touch-up. If it's a hot mess and I only have an outline or a half there, I'll say, can you believe it's still on? So let me show you how to do the oops remover. And I do an oops remover demonstration at that point and get that done with. And then I do, as the party's kind of like, depending on the activity, because I'm not going to continue at like the whatever they call it, the 12th hour, whatever, the last minute. I'm not going to continue to pour all of this energy in to get people to order. I don't abandon ship on a party that's not getting too much activity, but I also don't spend too much additional time and effort. So I'm not going to post an extra game. However, if I have those ladies that are like, the party's closing up, they're so active, they're commenting on everything. I have like clearly 40 people watching me. And my parties range from like anywhere like 20s, but I a lot of times have like 160 people in a party. That's a lot of friend requests. That's a lot of activity. And those are people that are still potential future customers or distributors. But I will, where was I with that? Basically, I will start to, I'll add another game. If people are being very active, I'll say, you guys are awesome. I'm having so much fun with you. Can you imagine being a distributor? Isn't this fun? And I do post the graphic about join the team, become a distributor. So you could buy a lip sense collection, or you could reinvest and create your business, all those potential things, all those great graphics. And I do plug the business opportunity and the fact that they could be a hostess. Like, hey, do you want to earn a free color? Are there friends of yours that you didn't get to add to this group and you want to have your own? And then I usually have people messaging me like, hey, when? And so I put them on there. And I like the 2-3 day amp up. And I also like for them to know like, oh, you have to book with her. So I usually don't book within the next like week and a half. I put it, forward so that I have people always on my calendar and that they see like, wow, she's busy. And then I do I'll do like a last game. I'll say, hey, get your orders in. Do you guys need customer service help? And, the whole time I'm talking to the hostess. So it's like, I make sure that I kind of have a good bit of time to be active in the party and be present in the party. The evening, starting like 7 is when it kind of gets exciting and where people are, hey, I need help. Like, is Bella really a matte? Does it have any shimmer? They're starting to ask those questions and they're firing off those to me at private messages. So I definitely know that in my calendar, when I book a party, it's that second evening. It's that second night. And then I'm saying like, okay, orders are going to close at midnight. People always order afterwards. And I'm always like, okay, of course I'll take your order. But it doesn't go toward your hostess's party, but I don't say that. I just say like, of course you can order. And so then I close it out and I announce the winners. So I usually end up giving away 4 to 5, sometimes in a big party, 6 prizes. Maybe it's $5 off. Maybe it's free shipping. It's definitely like a makeup bag or a beauty blender or something like that. I try not to discount the products hugely, but I will do it a little bit. But I try to add other things like surprise gift. People go crazy over, free shipping, all those things. Tax-free, that's awesome too. But then I announce my winners. So I have a graphic that's called the winner's circle. And I put up the winner's circle and I will pick my winners. So who are my winners? So honestly, I pick my winners. I totally do. Now, there are some contests where, like no one on there has ordered, or someone's asked me a couple of questions and I can tell they're chomping at the bit and they're pretty much going to order. Whether I give them anything or not, I don't pick them. They're going to order regardless. So I really try to pick someone who maybe liked like one thing. They've shown some interest and they just need a little push to buy. So I pick them. And I pick them. Yeah, that's typically who I pick. It's kind of like you're playing dodgeball in gym class and it's like the last girl, like give her something, help a girl out. So that's typically the people that I will choose, and it always works out very well. They're usually thrilled. They're usually like a shy person who is afraid to participate too much but wanted to, and it ends up being that last girl in dodgeball kind of thing. So it works out really well. And then I have Tiny Torch do my day 3, day 4, which is like the thank you. Are you waiting for your orders? Stop using using the wax. I am not doing that at all. Tiny Torch, just, I have it set up for day 4 and 5 of the party, and it's just doing that. And then a funny graphic about like, are you waiting for your lip sense? Are you, and people are still commenting. And because they're still commenting, I'm still getting private messages about orders about a party that already closed out. And I've already given the hostess her discount. So, yeah, I think my best one was 3,700, but again, I had a couple of orders afterwards. So that's kind of my jam. That's kind of how I do it. I feel like it's fun. I feel like now that I've got Tiny Torch down, it's pretty low maintenance. And I actually just did a team training with my girls on Sunday at my house just yesterday. And we were talking about maybe even getting it down to a 1-day party, because you do a little, it's like, say a party is $1,500, a $1,500 1 or 2 day party. That's awesome. But if I've spent too much time on it for 5 days, that's not like so great, because I could do a shop the stock, or I could do something else. So I want to maximize my profit and with the least amount of effort. I want to be as efficient as possible. So I'm definitely saying to my girls lately, like I had 2 people who wanted to book hostess parties yesterday that private messaged me, and I'm like, hey, I'm doing like 1 or 2 day party, because I'm kind of feeling people out because I want a guinea pig. And both the girls were like, oh, definitely 2. I definitely want a full 2 days, but I feel like going too long, too much longer, people forget, you're off their radar. So I want to try and keep it kind of short. And that's my jam.
I love it. I love it because you can see that you and Tara do 2 different things, right? Yours is longer. Tara's is 2 hours. Yours is a couple days. So a lot of great tips. A lot of the same as far as, and I think you kind of mentioned you do a little bit more games, but yours is longer, right? So it all just, the thing I love about this business is everybody can do what works for them, right? And so you might try doing, like, if you notice, guys, in my store, I don't hardly ever do those posts that are like the gamey kind of post, right? But I look in some of your stores to get ideas and inspiration, and some of y'all do that stuff, and it like totally your people love that stuff. So I love that we all can do different things, but I think the one thing that I love that you really nailed down is that you get your hostess excited, and you get your hostess really engaged, that she feels like this is her part of like her experience too, which I love that too, because how many of these girls have you turned into distributors? I would think that you've turned some of them into distributors, after them seeing how much they made, and then you're like, girl, you just did all the work, right? You just had some fun with your friends. So awesome. All right, well, next up is Brittany. Brittany, are you ready to rock and roll, girl?
Sure am.
All right, go for it.
Hey everyone, I am Brittany. So sort of like Tara and Mandy as well, it's interesting to see how different and how alike we can all do the same type of thing. So for me personally, I schedule my parties Fridays, and my parties last 2 hours. So while I say they last 2 hours, I'm keeping my party open until Sunday. So I do the active posting, I do the contests, the live videos, I do it during those 2 hours. However, I keep my party open until Sunday. And the reason why that is I feel that as adults, we now spend our Fridays relaxing from the week with a glass of wine. Our husbands are sitting outside watching a sport, on the outside TV with their beer, and it's a time for us to just sit down and relax. And let's be honest, us women, we have our phone in our hand all the time. So Friday night is perfect for me and most of my women. So I usually start at 7 or 8, depending on what time zone they're in, and I am interacting with them during those 2 hours. I'm going to share my screen real quick because I have some, let's see. Tell me if you can see it. Okay. Can you see the top 5 things? Yeah? Okay. So pretty much when a person comes to me and wants to host a party, they are one of 2 things. They love lip sense. They know everything about it, or they don't know about lip sense and they want to know more. They want the product. Maybe they're interested in even selling the product, but you want to make sure that you're available mostly for them to get them excited, just like Mandy said. So for them, I give them exactly what to say when inviting their people to the party. So I give my host exactly what to say when posting on their personal page to invite their friends and acquaintances. I have them post the Sunday before the party, the Tuesday before the party, the Thursday before the party, and 1 hour before the party. And I have a couple of graphics that I can show that I have here that I'll show you. I also post on my personal page. I post on my Rock Candy Lips business page, and I tag their name in that post. All right, so here you can see it's an example of a Sunday post. It's a simple, quick, short post explaining minimal details, but what you're trying to do is kind of put that little feeler in there to get them excited, saying, oh, what is this amazing, long-lasting, wax-free lipstick that you've been wearing? Oh, well, she's having a party. I'm going to join. So as you can see here, there's 9 people just on one post saying, I'd be interested. Count me in. I'm in. Please add me. What time do I need to be online tomorrow night? So it's just a quick little post, not long. Like I think it was Tara said, people don't like to read, a book when they're wanting to be going into a group. So they have this quick little blurb that says, oh, I'm interested, add me. So then on Tuesday, it's a longer post with more detailed information. I have them give a short personal opinion, and I tell them to go above and beyond on how much they love this product. So here you can see that Danielle said, maybe you saw my post about my lipstick party this Friday, and I thought, I don't wear lipstick. Scroll on. I never wore lipstick either. Too much hassle, blah, blah, blah. But then she ends it saying, but this lipstick is a real game changer. Let me know and I'll add you to my party. No pressure to buy, just to see what it's all about. It's online. You can stay in your PJs, nothing to lose, right? So still, it's short. It's telling them what it's about. It's giving everybody and her friends interested about something that she likes, because her friends trust her. They love her. They trust her. They want to see what she's doing. All right, so an hour before the hour before the party, she posts on her book, hey, lady friends, I'm having a Facebook party for my magic lipstick right now. Pop over and see what it'll be about. There will be prizes. In this post, she is including copy and pasting the link to the party so that people can go and click join party. And I will tell you that every single party, I have at least 5 minimum people, 1 hour, 1 minute, or during the party requesting to be into that group, and I have to go in and approve them. Last thing, a few hours before the party, I post on my personal page for a couple of reasons. I'm posting for her friends. I'm tagging her in the post, and so her friends can see it. I'm posting it on my personal page so that my whole network can see that I'm hosting a party for a complete stranger. And I post it in my business group and my Rock Candy Lips saying, hey, I'm having a party right now. So then they get excited thinking, oh, look at this beautiful graphic. Maybe I want to do something like that. So here's an example of my personal post. Excited to be spending tomorrow night with Danielle Norfleet and her friends. If you haven't joined yet, join us. Blah, blah, blah. Who doesn't want to earn free product, chances to win prizes, and freebies? And again, I copy and pasted the group link so that they can join into the group. So that is 3 or 4 days of invite. You're doing it in a way that it's not overbearing. You're not being annoying. It's little blurbs getting people excited and to join. And it's not only on her network of people, it's also yours. So it also gets you more traction on both her side and your side. So the number 2 point is one of my favorite things to do. And Mandy touched on this a little bit. I always, 100% of the time, wake up in my lipstick. I take a picture just like Mandy of myself, no makeup, hair like crazy, just like she said. I follow that up with a live demo on how to layer. Ladies, 100% game changer, because now you are saying, here's a collection that you need to start with, but wait, you can now create 27 different colors with 2 colors. So I'm telling them, I demoed for you last night, Napa, but this morning I'm going to do Summer Sunset and Bombshell, and look what's going to happen. Okay. So that is a wonderful way to really increase your sales. And plus they get to see you again and ask any questions that they may have from, you know, the night prior, and they get to see what a different color looks like. My next point is the glosses. That's another way to immediately boost your sales. So during every single live demo, I'm putting that color on. I'm explaining what I'm doing each time. I put the glossy gloss. I'm telling them glossy gloss is a must. It seals in the color. It's specially formulated to work with our color. You can't use any other gloss, but wait. Try out, let's look at this opal gloss or this bougainvillea, pearl or matte. I'm putting it on there and I'm showing them, look how much it changed. So not only can you have one color now, but if you get opal gloss, it's going to look like this. How beautiful and how amazing. And I'll tell you what, this last party was my highest paying party, and it was $1,230. And I think maybe every girl but 2 or 3 did not get an opal. And I 100% believe it's because I layered it with opal. Same thing with bougainvillea. You put on Bombshell and say, ladies, here's a great everyday color, Bombshell. It's very low pigmented, but look at this bougainvillea. It's wonderful. Changes up your Bombshell, puts a little bit more tint of pink in it, not so much, but you're ready to go for the rest of the day. So in my group, this is one of my graphics of from my group. I let them know the differences between each gloss, and that glossy gloss is a must to seal in the color. There's a graphic here that says glossy is always the answer, and then explains the rest. Here's another graphic that I did in one of my groups, looking for a beautiful but subtle everyday color. And then it tells them that you can wear the additional glosses on top of any color or wearing alone. And Mandy touched on this one too. Give a giveaway to a person not yet ordered but was commenting during the party or viewed the live demo. This is huge, ladies, because it's kind of like trickery. So I will go in my random selector and I'll look at see who has not purchased yet but was interested or asked me a question, and I will go through the random selector until their name comes up, and I'll take a screenshot of it and say, oh, congratulations, Jane. You are the winner of, oh my goodness, a free lipstick. What does this one say? Lashes and lipstick bag. And what does she do? Oh, she loves that bag, and she's ordering a collection. Okay. And by the way, look at how cute this bag is. I haven't given it away to anybody yet because I am like secretly holding on to it for myself. So I'm like trying so hard to keep it to myself. So yeah, the giveaway thing is huge. Manipulate it to where you're excited that they won something. I usually do 3 to 4 giveaways, and I split it up. I usually give 2 of the giveaways to somebody who has ordered and 2 to somebody who has not ordered. All right, my last post. All right, this is what I thrive on, is that when I post anything within the group, whether it's a where are you from, how do you know, or chapstick is the devil, or just talking about any of the product, I always answer their question or their comment with an open-ended question. So you can see here, this was the first one, and I think, Heather, you used this one in my group, but I'm asking where they're from, right? So you can see Joyce said North Carolina. She said NC, that's all she said, and I said, where at? She told me, never heard of it, but I love everywhere in North Carolina. So beautiful. Glad to have you part of Tracy's party. Every single one of these, I'm commenting, and they are responding back to me because I want to create that personal relationship with them and make them understand that, to me personally, this business is so much more to me than selling them something. Why? Because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I talk to toddlers and babies all day, right? I want to have these relationships. I want to friend request, like Mandy said, every single one of these ladies, and I want them to see into my life of who I am more than makeup, because I'm a photographer as well, but I am all about empowering women. And the women sometimes have a skewed misconception of themselves. So the best thing that a woman wants from another woman is interaction and positive relationships. Even though you're a complete stranger, guess what? Every single one of these women who are in my groups are now a part of my family and are now my friends. And I can tell you what, I talked to one lady today. Her name's Deborah. She was in a party last party. Now she's in this party because, you know, the parties, like Mandy said, they all trickle down from each other. I talked to her today. She has some kind of illness, and you should have seen her text messages to me. You're an angel. I love you. You're so sweet. You really understand me. That makes me feel good. So when you're having a party, make it so it's not all about the ins and outs of lip sense, because you will really create long-lasting customers rather than people that just see you selling a product, want to try it, and then say, well, forget her. She's not very personable or nice. So, you can scroll through all of these. On every single one, Newbern, we met through Shriners. We love to dance. And of course she keeps me stylish because this lady owns a boutique. I said, win, win, win. Now you're going to have to add a beautiful lip to that ensemble, right? I met Tracy through a store. We both sell out. Yay, what do you sell? She sells children's clothes. So what did I do? I had her add me to her store. So it's just all about relationships. And I know that Heather touches on it all, but parties to me are fun. Parties to me are my Friday nights. My husband knows this. He has to take care of all 4 kids, including a 2-month-old baby and a 2-year-old toddler. He knows that Friday nights are my nights to have my wine, which is empty already, have my wine, enjoy my interaction with my women, and feel confident within myself and feel confident for these women, because there's some women who just they feel beautiful on the inside, but it doesn't match. So I want them to know that it doesn't matter, have this strong, bold lip and you're just going to be set to conquer the world. So I have one more tip, and I'm sorry I'm going long, on extra tip. So on your personal page, your party group, and on Facebook, let your network, past customers, and future lip sense lovers choose the live demo color, okay? So I always say, what color do you want to see? Just like Tara I think Tara showed it. I include the colors that I have in stock, just like she said, and then they get to choose. This one, I think there were 110 people, 46 of them saw it, 18 commented, and that's pretty good. So they get to choose what color I put on. And it's just a way for all of your networks. I'm big about that. I want all of my networks to see what I'm doing. I want them and everybody everywhere to know that I'm doing a party. Not annoying. I'm not doing it annoying and pushing it in their face, but I'm just putting this graphic out there. All they have to say is nutmeg or Napa. And then they get to see, wow, that strawberry shortcake is beautiful. Or that Lexi Berry, I didn't see that one before. I want that color. So all of your networks have a chance to see, more, traction, I guess, than just in your Facebook store. So yeah, that is all I have. Yeah.
That's great. Great. You all shared so many nuggets, but I think at the end of the day, a party is work, right? And so it's not just posting, right? Just posting a graphic and somebody like, Brittany, you take a lot of time. And I always say this too when I'm launching girls, is that people do business with people they like, know, and trust. As somebody who is coming in who they don't know at all, man, I'm getting hot. My wine is kicking in. They don't know you. They don't know you, and they don't like you yet, and they don't trust you yet. So your job as the fact that you're doing it for someone they know is really good, which I love that Mandy really ties that in and really makes you a partner, right, together. And Brittany, you did a great job with that too, like letting your hostess participate in that because they like your hostess. They know your hostess. And they trust your hostess. But your job as the distributor is to really get them to know you and you to get to know them. And then little stuff like commenting on every single post, that's great because it shows You're in this for way more than just a sale, right? Hopefully you're in this for a long-term customer. You're in this for a potential person who's looking for something else. Like you said, as a mother, you know, that is home all the time. We don't, you know, today I had a long day as a mom, right? So all three of those were fantastic ideas, lots of great things. Basically tells me why I didn't sell one thing, right? Because I am kind of stuck in, you know, launching new distributor mode, and that's not how this works, right? It's totally different. It's totally different. So thank you to you three ladies so much for sharing your knowledge. I'd love to hear, what was your highest, you, Brittany, said you sold over, I know it was over 1,000. Tara, and I don't know if Mandy's still on your, what was your highest sales you've ever done on a party? Do you remember? You can bring her in.
I think it was 1,047 and 40 cents or something.
That's awesome. In and out, and what yours are 2 hours, right? So, and you really talk to people for like another hour. And total though, that's like, hi, baby. Total, that is like, you know, how, you got to figure that out. Like, how much money are you making an hour, right? That's awesome. Brittany, I forget what yours was. What was it like?
It was like $12.50.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. So notice they go live. Notice they are very engaging. Notice they are sharing, you know, just different graphics, different pictures. Like some people do more games, some people do more whatever, but I think there's so many tips there that you all can take from, that I can take from, that now I'm like, all right, I'm going to do another one. And who feels like they're more prepared to do a hostess party? Yeah? Now, who is excited to be like, okay, I need a hostess party so I can make $1,000 in like a night, right? Yeah. See, I love doing shop the stocks because that works really well for me. But those are my customers. This is what my day has been like. All right. Wow. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Anything that you can share. I know y'all are like organized. You shared lots of screenshots. I know, Tara, you shared a lot. Anything that you have, graphics or verbiage of how you do things, just any way that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'd be super grateful if you could add that to a file in our team page or add it to a Google Doc, and then we can add that to our team page. But I would be forever grateful, and I know our team would be too. So we really appreciate you taking the time. I'm going to go feed this little girl. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let us know. But otherwise, I want to make it a challenge for each of you to have at least one hostess party booked for next month. At least one, right? Because no matter what you do in this business, if your calendar is empty, your pocketbook or whatever, your wallet or your purse is empty. It doesn't matter how you do it. Like I said, like, y'all know my wallet's full right now, but my wallet's full because I recruit a lot of people and I share this business with every single person. That's my strong suit. That's my forte. I know I'm missing out on some money because I'm not doing these types of things, and I have tons of customers asking me if they can do them, but I just give them away because it's not like my jam, right? But it's going to be my jam because I want to make $1,000 in a night too, other ways. But here's the deal. No matter what in this business, if you want to make money, you have to be busy. You can't just be posting to your Facebook page, you know, to once or twice a day and thinking that you're just going to blow this up and change your family situation if that's your goal, right? So if you treat this like a hobby, hobbies you do every once in a while when you have time for it. If you treat this like a business, which means you show up on a regular, consistent basis, like Brittany, her family knows every Friday, it's mom time. She's going to have some wine. She's going to host some parties, and she's going to make at least $1,000 on the weekend, right? So if she did 4 of those in a month, she's going to make $4,000 right there. That's awesome, right? So just think about it that way. The more things you have booked, the more money you're going to make, whether that is launching new girls, whether that's hosting parties, whether that's hosting in-person parties, whether that's getting to vendor shows, whatever it is. But a full calendar equals a full wallet. And I know, even though we're not all money driven, I am very open to saying that I am. No matter what, we have to have full calendars if we want to get paid like this is a business of some sort. So, all right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a fabulous day. Our next team call. So actually, let me just touch base on this real quick. So from here on out, and I don't have my calendar in here because I came to this office instead of doing it at my other place where I normally sit. I'm going to start, we're still going to keep big team calls every other week. In between those weeks, we're going to do a leadership call. So one of those weeks will be specifically for leaders, and that would be Royal and above, so that we talk a little higher level, right? And then we're also going to be doing once a month, a team call for new distributors. So that's a little bit more of the basics. So this call is for everybody. Obviously, we can all learn from this. I learned from this, right? One call will be more strategic, more leadership level kind of a call. And then once a month, we're going to be doing a new distributor call. And those will always be at the end of the month, so that, because we almost always do our opportunity call like right in the middle, the sneak peek, so that whoever we get on board can have that call at the end of the month. So I'll be posting all that stuff later, but I just wanted to update you that really we'll be having calls. I'll be on calls, every Monday for different reasons, just to really be pouring into you guys and helping you in any way possible. Hi, are you talking to everybody? You telling them hi? Yeah? All right, so that's it. I hope you guys have a great night, and let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think everyone's just praising all three of you for doing such an amazing job. So thank you again. And this will be recorded, so if you need to go back and look at it, great. I'll post it as soon as it updates to YouTube. So all right, guys, have a good night. Bye.